Hey there, everybody. I see we already got 3 folks in the live stream. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Whatever you do on Sundays. I know a lot of people like go to church for some reason, but if that's you, hey, I hope it was fun. We got some really awesome metal. I just finished chores. Yeah, that's. I was practicing some music before I jumped on the live stream, but so we got 7 entries, I believe, this time around. If anyone's on the live stream and I don't find your entry, just hit me up and I'm definitely going to show it. We've got a couple under the ZRiffChallenge hashtag, and then I've got a couple other ones that didn't make it under the hashtag, but I know that they're there, so I'm definitely going to show them. First up, I see that we've got Mike, Dave, and Larry over here, so we'll start with Larry. Gotta copy my comment here quick. Awesome. Theater mode. That doesn't look great. Okay. Dang, that's a cool font, man. Yeah, I definitely second that, Mike. All these video effects kick ass. I'm super lazy with my own video editing, so I'm always like, man, the amount of time you must spend editing, Larry, is insane. Oh, whoa, I didn't put this part in the drums, Larry. I was digging how you could hear that bass come through, like that just like 0 on some string. It was, oh man, there we go. Man, dude, that kicked ass. There were a lot of really heavy parts and some good harmonies and everything. Dude, that was awesome, Larry. And yeah, like Mike said, dude, that video editing, like, I don't know, I gotta get on that bandwagon and, like, start doing better video editing. Anyway, next up we've got Dave. I'm guessing this is probably gonna be an equally groovy entry based on what he usually does, but we'll see. He likes to surprise us. So I feel like you teleported me straight into a 70s arcade game.
treasures I had lost, again I give them away. They took what I wanted and they left me here. House feels so empty without you. Occasionally I even feel alone. When the silence is so deafening, freedom becomes suffocating.
Yeah, man, that sounded awesome. That was definitely a huge surprise. I mean, you always take these drum beats in a totally different direction than we expect you to, but like starting off with like some old school arcade music and then shifting into like some groovy, sludgy, like metal kind of feel, that was awesome. I really like that. Now is probably a good time to mention that Dave has his, I see it on the side of my screen, his Atonal Riff Challenge number 3 up now. So if you're looking for more stuff to write riffs to, he's got a drum track for you. I don't think I've checked out the actual drum track yet, but I was hoping to later today actually. So I'm sure it's a pretty kick-ass drum track. If you're looking for even more stuff to riff to, I believe his first name on YouTube is Belarus Rainey, but I could be getting that wrong. I don't have the name right in front of me, but he just released Riff Challenge number 4 from him as well. I believe the deadline for that one is like the beginning of May. So lots of stuff to riff over. All right, next up we got Mike Owens, and Mike, I mean, man, you always write some really kick-ass riffs, so I'm expecting this to be quite a monster. Oh man, you're saying there's congas in that drum beat? It's gonna be wacky. I'll do some more folk music. Those pinch harmonics are nasty. Yeah, I always love how his cats are vibing out to his music. My dog does not like to stick in the room when I'm playing. I don't know what it is, maybe a bat or something. Oh yeah. Love what you do with the breakdown, Mike. This is awesome. Yeah, Larry, maybe my dog is allergic to pinch harmonics. It seems to be the high notes. Like, if I'm playing, like, some breakdown riffs or something, he's, like, totally fine with it. But, like, lead work, guitar solos, anything with high-pitched noises, he's just like, nah, I don't want to be around that. Oh, dude, that breakdown was so heavy. That was awesome. Kick-ass entry, Mike. Man, this condenser mic picks up like all the background noise. Next up, we got Jim Z. He's done a couple of these riff challenges in the past. I know he does a lot of the Sunday with all this stuff. So excited to see what he put together. It's a cool white stage shirt. Multiple guitars layered into like a black metal kind of feel there. Props for trim picking on the bass. That's always extra hard. Love all the facial expressions and stuff during that part. I do have to say it's pretty impressive that he gets a like pretty solid palm mute tone and stuff for those riffs out of those single coil pickups. Our last two videos had one of these like little Marshall amps. I don't know if Mike's is one of these Marshall ones, but it's like the same little dealie. I've got one like sitting over on one of my cabinets in the living room. I feel like if you're a guitar player, it's like mandatory to own one of those little battery-powered Marshall amps. I don't know what it is about it. It seems like everybody's got one. Anyway, that was a really, really awesome entry. Like I said, getting that tone out of single coil pickups is pretty impressive. So, pretty cool. Got some good leads and all that fun stuff in there too. So it's always nice to see some guitar solos. I usually am way too lazy to put guitar solos into my stuff because it's just extra mix time and all that sort of stuff. But you know, when you've got these longer deadlines, it's a little bit easier to do that kind of cool stuff. Next up, we got Hendrik. Hendrik recently rebranded his channel, so his old name was Jimi Hendrix, which was a really, really awesome pun, but I think he wanted to break away from the association with, you know, obviously Jimi Hendrix. So he built a new studio and everything, and it looks awesome, so I'm excited to see what his riffs sound like. Yeah, to Dave's point, making videos with solos can be kind of tricky because, like, you know, whether you're miming or you're recording the video at the same time when you do the shooting, if there's any, like, minor timing errors that you fix later in the mix with quantization or just by comping, you know, sometimes your fingers don't line up, so you gotta be real careful with the video. Hell yeah. I really love this melody line. I agree with you, Dave. I'm trying not to talk too much because I don't want to cover up that awesome melody playing that he was doing there. Like, oh my god, those the one section where he was playing the melody over the riff and then in the breakdown, oh god, that just sounded so freaking awesome. Yeah, I always struggle with bass tone too, Dave. I used to just like shoot my bass tone through SHB1, I think it is, from Ignite, and just like not even have a IR in front of it, and it like always sounded fine to me. But then during one of the Bogren challenges, Jens Bogren gave us a really good bass IR that I've been using, and like honestly, it sounds awesome. So messing around with the IRs always seems to yield a better tone, I think, than messing around with the amps. Like, you know, you'll find out if you like a 5150 versus like a Marshall JCM 800 or whatever, but then changing the speakers around makes, honestly, I think, a bigger difference than the amp itself. This one's from Abe the Band. He always makes some really cool trippy stuff, so I'd say his composition style is similar to Dave in some ways. Yeah, definitely, Larry. I agree with you a lot. I don't make my own cabs, but a lot of the IR packs and stuff that you can get, they'll have different microphones that they use across the way. I found, like, oddly enough, I like a lot of the warmer microphones a lot better than the less warm ones, which I never thought would have been the case when I first started getting into some of this kind of stuff. Abe's got a pretty good bass tone in this breakdown, too. Nice growl to it. That was kick-ass. I really like the breakdown. A lot of you guys have been taking this breakdown in a totally different direction, which I think is really awesome. And I mean, yeah, we can see Prade's comment here. Very thick. Yeah, the tone in there is thick. He's got like 4 guitars going on in the bass and stuff too. That's just like absolutely bonkers. That was really awesome. Speaking of Prade, this one's got a kick-ass title. Lots of good titles. Doing a lot of vocals lately, and honestly his vocals kick so much ass, guys. Like, I've seen a lot of these Swola folks starting to do more vocals and all that sort of stuff, and it's really awesome. I'm not the greatest vocalist in the world, so I've kind of shied away from doing some of that stuff as of late, but this is a really cool way to take the transition to the breakdown drums. It's definitely unexpected. Never awake a god unless you personally know him. That's a good point. I've been playing the Call of Cthulhu tabletop RPG lately with some friends, and yeah, don't mess with Eldritch Horrors unless you're ready for the consequences. Oh man, that was a kick-ass entry. I love the, you know, most of it was just like super heavy, right up in your face, and at the end, you know, we were expecting the breakdown to just like go even heavier, and you were like, nah, that's just like, we're gonna make that more chill, actually. And that was like just such an unexpected twist that paid off really, really well. That was awesome. I'm gonna give that hashtag a refresh here and just another cursory search just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. But otherwise, it's the last one. As far as news and everything, you know, obviously thank you everybody who participated, everybody who's in the live stream watching. I'm going to try to do a ZRiffChallenge4 fairly soon here. I don't know, I honestly haven't started on the drums yet, so I got to do that first before I can really do any of the other steps, but I've been busy with some other things. I've been doing a lot of like folk music in the local community, so I'll be out at the Briarwood Mall on April 26th, doing two sets in the show out there. I'll be accompanying my friend Amrit, playing some lead guitar for some of his folk songs, and then I will be doing a similar folk metal set to the one that I live streamed a couple of weeks ago. Out there, I'm trying to find some local gigs for some of that folk metal stuff, because like nobody in the U.S. does anything like that really. So it's new and different. It's kind of fun. On the 3rd of May, I'll also be accompanying Amrit out in Detroit. I'll share on like Instagram and Facebook all the details for these shows in case anybody's local and wants to check them out. Again, another big thank you for everyone who submitted a Riff Challenge entry. I'm always looking for feedback on these, so if you participated and you think something could have went better, feel free to send me a DM and be like, hey, I liked this, I didn't like this, etc. Or if you didn't participate, if there was a reason that you were like, you know, like maybe you heard the drum beat and there was something that you were like, you know, I just don't really want to play over this drum beat for one reason or another. I'm always looking for that kind of feedback, so feel free to send me, you know, anything about anything like that. And I think that's all the announcements. Oh, another cool announcement. I have had someone working on a new logo for me, so that should be getting put out sometime in the next week or two. So be on the lookout for like some rebranding and some other stuff like that. Oh, you're very welcome, Dave. I'm glad that glad to see like other folks kind of jumped on this bandwagon and started making more riff challenges, especially with Ola's shift as of late. It sounds like there's going to be fewer Sunday with Ola riff challenges in the future, just, you know, as he's like touring and stuff like that. It's, I mean, I can imagine it's touring by itself is hard enough, and then, you know, trying to do a, what is it, like 20 to 30 minute video every week, and then like the drums and the guitars and everything. So, you know, I think the more folks that we have out here doing riff challenges in the community, the more opportunities we'll have for folks to make cool music. And I mean, that's really what all this is about at the end of the day. I don't think a lot of guitar players are drummers, and having folks create drum beats that people can use to make their own songs and stuff is just huge. You know, you see all these Instagram reels and stuff, and it's like a pre-canned drum beat from Bogren or from Easy Drummer or whatever, and it's fine, but it's hard to have as much of a unique feel to your video when you're using the same beat as thousands of other people. So having these out here really gives people another opportunity to make some cool stuff to a beat that's maybe not as used, or not as widely used. So yeah, to Larry's point, and your own guitar company. I don't know how Ola does it, man. Like, I'm like busy enough just like trying to juggle the various different music things I've been doing. So anyway, that is the end of the live stream. We've got showed all the riffs. We had some really awesome entries this time around. I was hoping that folks would really take advantage of that double kick, and they did. So probably do some more similar stuff to that next time. Anyway, in the meantime, stay heavy, my friends.